They say he offered me the 25% during that time at 100 and go back in the history books. When they say he offered me the 25% during that time at 135 pounds.
First of all, who's they? Who's they? He said, they said he offered me 25% at 135 pounds. There's no such thing as they said he offered you 25% at 135 pounds, because you said he offered you 25% at 135 pounds and it wasn't enough and you wanted 50-50. So why are you starting this off by saying they said? Who is they? You said that they offered you 25% out your own mouth. You said they offered me that. I wanted more, so you petitioned the World Boxing Council, better known as WBC, and then you proceeded afterwards to say that you should have called their bluff and took the 25%. So why are you saying they said they offered me 25% as if it's not true? Alluding to somebody making it up. You got to listen to this dude's wordplay. It's diabolical.
Go back in the history books. When they say he offered me the 25% during that time at 135 pounds, he know, I know, everybody know, he was weak. He was very weight drained at 135 pounds.
Now, if you know he was very weak, if you know he was very weight drained, why did you hop yourself in the ring with him after Lomachenko to call him out? Because you was trying to put him on the spot because you knew that he was weight drained. And furthermore, listen to this. He's going to say, I was moving up. I was fresh. He was weight drained. You knew he was weight drained. So you saw an opportunity. You're an opportunist. But you want to tell the world that you're the best fighter in the world. I'm not going to stop exposing these dudes' lies. No, I'm not going to stop, bro. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stay on their neck. Because they destroying the sport that I love. And if you don't understand that, I don't care. So you saw opportunity, but you want to blame the fans. You saw opportunity, but you want to blame Devin Haney. You knew he was weight drained. You knew he was planning to move up after the fight with Lomachenko to begin with. And you know he said, okay, no problem. If I got to sacrifice myself and stay here for one more fight against you, then you're going to take the same deal that I took, that's even more, to fight George Kambosos for undisputed in Australia. I had to take 22%. George Kambosos got 78%. Nobody on this green earth felt like George Kambosos was a bigger star than Devin Haney. But no problem. Devin Haney conceded and said, no problem, you the unified champion. I respect that. I got to go to Australia. I respect that. I got to take 22%. I'll respect that. So now Shakur wants him to sacrifice and stay at this weight. So he says, if I got to sacrifice, and you know that he's struggling to make the weight, the whole world knows he's struggling to make the weight. He told the world he was moving up, but yet and still he said, for you, I'll stay there for one more fight. But you got to take 25%. And you said no, you wanted 55. You wanted 50-50 split. Because you were scared. Shakur does not believe he could beat Devin Haney without some sort of stipulations. Some sort of advantage, people. If this is not clear to you, I don't know what is. And we're going to do a live stream about this tonight.
Like, oh, you're bullying him and you're trying to... But it's like, which one is it? Did I duck the 25% or was he weak?
You ducked the 25%. Yes, he was weak. But he's telling you, I'm the A side. I'm the undisputed champion. You new to this division. You want to fight for undisputed. You take similar deal that I took. That's even better than what I took to fight George Kambosos. Because guess what? You ain't got to go to Australia. You're going to fight right here in the States. Guess what? You getting 25%. I got 22%. Guess what? You ain't a champion. I'm undisputed. George Kambosos wasn't undisputed. He was the unified champion. Devin was a world champion. You ain't got no belt. I'm a bigger star than George Kambosos going into the Kambosos fight if you Devin Haney. And I'm even bigger than Kambosos. Now, I just beat Lomachenko and Kambosos and undisputed. So you get a better deal than I got. And you turned it down.
Was he weak? Did he play media games and all of that kind of shit to me?
No, you played media games. You saw opportunity and you tried to capitalize on the opportunity because you felt like he was at a disadvantage and you was at an advantage and you felt like this was the right time to beat him.
His narrative looked real. Because we all know at
Narrative looked real? There was no narrative. What narrative did he have? He told the world before the Lomachenko and after Lomachenko, he was weight drained. No, he offered you 25% that you admitted was there. So how the hell he create a narrative? This dude is diabolical, and I'm going to stay on it. And I don't care who don't like it.
135 pounds. During that time, while he just fought Lomachenko, it was a bad time to fight me. Like being truthful, like I'm just moving up in weight. I make the weight comfortably, and he would have had to like die down to make the weight. So I just know who I'm dealing with. Like when it comes down to
no, we know who we dealing with when it comes down to you. Now we see who you are, and I tell people this all the time. When people show you who they are, believe them. Now we see who you are, and we believe you. You saw opportunity, and you wanted to capitalize on it. There was no narratives on his part. The narratives was on your part. You lied and put out the video. You sending him bottles talking about signing the contract when there was no contract to be signed. That's the narrative. You tried to use the opportunity and him being struggling with that weight to capitalize to create the narrative. You tried to create the narrative. And then he says it was a bad time to fight me. Of course it was a bad time to fight you because he was weight drained. But he still was willing to do it. Something you're not. But you want to tell the world you're the best. Generation is cooked.
like I know, like okay, these dudes could play games and like play media games and trick the media and the people into believing a lot of different things. So
no, you mad you're not smart enough to trick the media and play the games. That's why you talking about, they hate on me. No, ain't nobody hate on you. You just not crafty enough to play the game. And we see right through it.
For me, yeah, 144, like it sound good. Like it sound very good. Like to me, I'm good with it. But
yeah, you good with it because once again, you see an opportunity and you know he's fully grown into 147 and now you want to weight drain him again. But you the best in the world though. You him. But every opportunity you get, you trying to capitalize on it. You ain't him, bro. You not him. And it gets more diabolical. Keep listening to this.
To them, they say yes. They say, like, to the public, yes, but you never really know. Like, they know. Like, cutting all of that weight is probably a lot harder than it's being said to be. I feel like he was talking about, like, what a rehydration clause, but ain't nobody's ever said nothing about a rehydration. I'm cool and comfortable with him getting, like, as big as he want to be. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool. But like,
yeah, he cool with that. You know why he cool with that? Because he wants him to initially weight drain himself. From the very beginning. So he can't recover, no matter how much weight he gained. Because if you was cool with it, how much weight he gained, it don't matter fighting him at 147, right? Why he got to come in at 144? Why he can't just come in at 147 and it don't matter? What he rehydrate to? Why don't you said you don't care if he's 20 or 25 pounds heavier? So why don't you do this? Why don't you say you come in at 147, but you can't come in more than 22 pounds heavier? Why don't you do that? That cuts to 3 pounds. So instead of him coming in 25 pounds heavier, he could only come in 22 pounds heavier. There's the difference from the 144 to the 147. Why don't you do that? We know what it is. We see what it is. You ain't confident in yourself, and you don't think you could beat Devin Haney. His skill set, you notice his skill set matches your skill set. The late Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. my brother and my former co-host, may he rest in peace. He used to always say, fighters identify with other fighters that give them problems. Just like that saying, real recognize real. He sees. He talk about he the greatest skilled fighter in the boxing, but he sees. And he's like, Devin Haney is just as skilled as me, but he's bigger than me. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.